Hey, drinking buddies, a brand new episode coming right at you. But real quick, word from our sponsors. You know them, you love them. The fine folks that bring you this podcast week after week. First and foremost, we are brought to you by the video versions of It Now We Drink. They're available on Vimeo now, 99 cents an episode. Stream them unlimited for $6 a month. The Athena Rain episode is free of charge. They have some nudity in it. So go to anwd.net/videos, anwd.net/videos to check that out. We are also brought to you this week by Doom's Whiskey. What can I say about Doom's? 100 proof American rye whiskey. Smooth as a motherfucker. And if you want to try Doom's for free and you live in the Los Angeles area, come out to Remedy Liquors this Saturday, June 22nd, 1700 West Glen Oaks Boulevard, Glendale, California. Joanna Angel, Small Hands, some other adult performers, me, will all be there in person, drinking some Dooms, hanging out, free samples. It's awesome. If you're not in Los Angeles, go to doomswhiskey.com. They ship to all 50 states. It is rad, and it'll get you drunk. Oh, yeah. Drink responsibly. I think I legally have to say that. This week, we're also brought to you by our friends at Vinyl Me Please. Vinyl Me Please is the Record of the Month Club, the best damn Record of the Month Club. In fact, every month, Vinyl Me Please features one album that is essential to the modern vinyl collection. Each record is pressed exclusively for Vinyl Me Please and has features you can't get anywhere else. Things like bonus tracks, inserts, color variants, and comes packaged with a 12x12 album-inspired art print and custom cocktail pairing. How can you beat that? Rad vinyl that is exclusive for you. Rad artwork, cocktail pairing recipes. Vinyl Me Please isn't like Record of the Month clubs of old. It's month to month, no strings attached. Quit any time. So check them out today at www.joinvmp.com/ANWD. Once again, that is www.joinvmp.com/ANWD. And last but not least, we are brought to you by our friends at Gamefly. Gamefly.com has over 8,000 new releases and classics available for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, PS Vita, Wii U, Wii, and 3DS, as well as older systems. As a Gamefly member, you can run as many console and handheld games as you want and get them delivered right to your mailbox for one low monthly fee. If you like a game so much that you don't want to send it back, you can keep it at a low use price. There are never any due dates or late fees. Gamefly also offers the ability to rent Blu-ray and DVD movies as part of the regular service at no extra charge. Drinking buddies, games are expensive. Before you drop your hard-earned coin, get the game from Gamefly. Make sure you love it. Make sure you're not going to breeze right through it. And if you love it so much, buy it from Gamefly. But before you drop your hard-earned money, check it out at Gamefly. And do that today at www.gameflyoffer.com/ANWD. Once again, that is www.gameflyoffer.com/ANWD. And now, on with the show. This week's guest, returning guest, the Small Hands. Boy, this one goes all over the place. I'll apologize in advance for beating a fucking bit into the ground. Holy fuck. I kept wailing on it, and wailing on it, and wailing on it, and beat it till he was fucking dead. So don't at me on that, or at me, whatever. But as always, it's a pleasure to sit down with Aaron, even if he wasn't drinking much this time around because he had to go do a gangbang in the morning. Ugh. But for reals, sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy, drinking buddies.
When aliens come to take over, they look at us like we're out of our minds now. We're gonna galactic makeover, and now we're thinking that they just might be right. I cannot wait for this whole world to end. I'm gonna break out the bottle with my friends. I think they'll tell the best stories when we're gone. And now we drink.
More snares.
It's like you can actually project into a mic. Oh my god.
It's almost like I know how to do this for a living.
I
too.
know, it's fucking crazy. Do you know how many people are just like,
Or they're like vomiting on the microphone itself.
yeah, there's definitely been some fluids on that particular mic.
Smells fresh.
They all had clean tests.
All right, fair. All right, we're good.
Cheers, man.
And now we drink.
And now we drink. We were just regaling off air that Mr. Small Hands here was guest number uno.
That's right. I was the guinea pig, the test run for you guys. And I got wasted that day, I remember.
Oh, we got shithoused.
I don't even remember much about what we talked about. I just remember that I got really drunk and it was fun. And look, how many episodes now has it been?
If you count the original 288 stuff, it is like in the 160s. Yeah.
This is where in post we'll put like audience cheering and clapping because that's...
I'm not doing that much post work.
Yeah, okay, then fuck it. Just imagine it in your minds, people. Congratulations, Matt. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, 2 co-hosts later. And
Right. Hey, man, weather the storm
that's all I can do.
and keep drinking.
Yeah, like, the minute I have liver problems, like the show's going to be, and welcome
You'll broadcast from the hospital.
welcome to the Matt Slayer Sober Hour.
Ooh, there'll be another era of these podcasts, and it'll be when you're in recovery.
I'm never going to recovery, baby.
Attaboy.
I'm not being like the rest of you quitters. I mean,
Well, I'm not, my friend. I've just had to learn the moderation game. That's all.
Moderate.
I know it's a really fancy word. I think it's Latin in origin, and it means I can't drink a bottle of whiskey every day like I used to.
I mean, you could.
I could, but I couldn't.
I believe in you.
I couldn't do all the other cool shit I do in life with simultaneously doing that.
They need to make working penis pumps. So just
Right.
I don't want you to drug your dick. I just want you to like Swedish penis pump it like Austin Powers.
I've never actually used. Have you used a penis pump?
I have not.
Like I've seen them in sex shops, but I've never actually like put one on my dick and tried it. So I don't. What are they even supposed to do? Make your dick bigger or just last longer?
I don't know. I mean, I think it is definitely supposed to make it bigger or like harder erection. Like,
Some sort of positive effect, I'm sure.
because if you're gonna look that ridiculous,
Yeah, it would be weird if a penis pump killed your erection. Like that's the goal. It was like, hey, here's a really good penis pump. What it does is you stick your erect dick in it, and it just kills your erection.
it's a lasting tool. If you don't have a hard
chastity
dick,
pump.
if you don't have a hard dick, you can't fuck.
Man, hard dicks, eh? Hard dicks and whiskey.
I mean, those generally go hand in hand for me. It's
Yeah.
I don't pop is the big problem.
Well, you know, there's various degrees of whiskey dick as well. The I can fuck, but I don't pop is like that's like a party, like a good one. But then there's the I'm vomiting on you, I'm so sorry. There's the sweats where like you're sweating actual alcohol on me, dude. There's the I pop maybe in 1 second. There's maybe the old classic whiskey dick, which is you look at it, you try to give it a pep talk, and it just does not want to play. It's asleep.
Yeah, that one happens infrequently. I've never puked on a partner, thankfully.
Have I? No. Oh, a girl a long time ago, like we were having sex and she like did the cover the mouth thing, and she hopped off me and ran to the bathroom, but like it was literally like with 1 second away from just cowgirl barf.
If you had just given her one good thrust from the bottom, you probably.
Well, you know, but it was, we'd been partying all night. It was like I kind of was just like, oh man, poor girl. Like, she's really fucked up. And I was so drunk too that I think I tried to hold her hair, and we were both just like kind of messed up. Good times.
Oh, glory days. But now you're a married man, and those sort of things don't happen.
Well, I still like to have fun.
Well,
but,
I know.
But yeah, definitely that level of partying I haven't done in a while.
It's so rare in the years I've known Joanna to actually see her get trashed. So the idea of like her being so drunk that she'd almost vomit is just a foreign concept.
I remember, fuck it, I'm going to tell the story anyway. I was like, maybe I shouldn't tell. Maybe she'll get mad.
She's not going to listen to this. Come on.
The first feature dance trip I ever went on, like as your boyfriend, you know, just like roadie helper. We were in, I think it was Rhode Island, and I was just, you know, I was pumped. It's like, we're in the strip club.
Cadillac Lounge?
Yes, Cadillac Lounge. Shout out to the Cadillac Lounge. And, you know, like, getting drinks. There's like beautiful girls everywhere. I'm like, this is fun, man. Like they're throwing money at my wife. Everyone's cheering. She's a rock star. And so we're just drinking all night, having fun. People are buying us rounds, and Joanna's signing autographs. And then it comes like 1 a.m, and she comes time for her second show of the night. And she's like not nowhere to be found. And I'm like, yo, where's Joanna? Like they need her on stage soon. And I finally find her in like the office bathroom, and she's just barfing everywhere in her stripper heels and her whole like outfit. And she's like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. And I was like, well, do you want me to tell them that like what's happening? Or she's like, no. And she like wipes her mouth off, gargles some Listerine, and just wobbles out on stage. And actually killed it. So
That's the sign of a pro. The show must go on.
true professional, that Joanna Angel.
See, that's where you fucked up as a roadie. It's a roadie's responsibility to make sure that their client doesn't do that.
I was so green, man. I know now. I've learned. That's never happened again.
It's never happened to Joanna on my watch.
Well, you've been around with her on many trips, so you're clearly a better person to be in charge of her than me.
It's okay. We have our skill set. You slang dick much better than I do. I wrangle women in strip clubs better, apparently.
Touche. Makes the world go round. So what else, Matt? What else has been going on?
Shit. Oh, you're interviewing me? Awesome. I mean, I can toss these questions
we're
right
just
up.
buddies.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, what do you got? You got questions?
Fuck no.
You're so prepared from the first podcast ever.
Oh, shit. Let's see. The points I need to hit on. Sex work, Doom's Whiskey, married life.
We've already basically covered it. And we
Cool,
covered a
good.
lot of barfing.
Good show.
Vomit.
Good show. We'll just turn this into a bonus episode. We won't even put out the whole thing. We're done. You're out. I know you got 20 girls to bang tomorrow.
Just one, actually. But it's a gangbang, so it'll be a good one. Yeah.
So you have to anchor 20 dudes.
One girl, 5 guys, and no holds barred.
And a couple sweaty camera dudes.
Yep.
I love having that conversation with people. It's like, I want to get into porn. Like, do you like dudes sweating on you?
Yeah, and there's a lot of inner thigh in your face at awkward angles. I've seen lots of Tommy Pistol's butt real close, which again, he's got a nice ass, so it's cool. But you better be pretty secure, guy, if you want to roll into this world.
Like, oh man, Tommy, you got an ingrown hair going. Sorry, man.
Maybe I don't expect that close, but
Don't lie to the audience.
if he asked me to, you'd be like, "Yo, bro, we looking good back there?" Yeah, you're good.
Does that happen often? I could see Tommy just doing that, just out of pure being silly.
No, what usually happens is whatever, especially in gangbangs or DPs or something, some of these positions are so just pretzel-y, twister game ridiculous. What was that?
That was.
Are there aliens in your podcast?
There are.
Sweet. Hi, aliens. Welcome. Yeah, sometimes when you're in these weird positions, you make eye contact with the dude, and you guys both just look at what you're doing, and you just start laughing. And in a scene where you're supposed to be raw, super fucking rough and tough, and joking the girl, whatever, and we're giggling, trying to that's really what happens the most, is you just look at the ridiculousness of what's going on, and you just start laughing because it's hilarious.
It's oh my god, someone is busting a nut to this.
Yeah.
I'm not here to kink shame, but it's pretty funny.
Well, I mean, it is hot to watch. When I see finished products of stuff like that, I'm like, whoa, yeah, hell yeah.
It's not my cup of tea, but
being on the other side, where I know kind of behind the curtain, it's usually a lot of laughing, pointing our faces away from the camera.
Oh no.
Me and Xander just did a DP this week with Katrina Jade, and there was a lot of high-fiving,
You full on Eiffel Towered her?
Well, come on, man. If you get that opportunity, you can't not do it.
Fair.
And she grabbed up and high-fived too. So it was actually more like a triple Eiffel Tower because she was involved.
Well, the Eiffel Tower is a 3D space, so it has supports on all sides.
Ooh, yes. Science just backed that.
See, the show's educational sometimes too, folks.
That was the most intelligent thing I've ever heard you say, I think. Well, cleanly. When you get drunk, you say all kinds of really intelligent things, but they're kind of sloppy, and they go in and out.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, the two friends, they're not even really friends. They're friends of friends that I met through a mutual friend that were in town last night. And 3 a.m. turned into Slayer drunkenly giving relationship advice on my roof last night.
Okay, so give me the highlight reel. How did you ruin these poor people's lives?
Well, one of the dudes is in a relationship with a stripper / escort.
Okay.
And is having the classic dude problem of, why does she get to have sex with other people and I don't?
Oh, he wants to have that conversation.
And I'm like, hey man, first and foremost, this is what you signed up for. If you want to change the dynamic now that you're already in the relationship, you need to have that conversation with her. And if the conversation doesn't go how you want, you need to decide honestly with yourself if this is a deal breaker for you. Because if it's a deal breaker, you need to walk the fuck away. You don't ask her to fucking change, because this is what you signed up for.
Yeah, that's pretty good advice, Matt. Look at you.
Oh no, I have decent relationship advice. I have horrible taste in women.
Well, that's a different conversation.
Exactly.
Well. Yeah.
If you look down the greatest hits, it's like
What bothered your friend more, the stripping or the escort?
the fact that she
Or
gets
was it just the sex with?
that she's possessive about the idea of him going out and being with other people.
But does he want to go be a gigolo
No,
or a male stripper? Because
he doesn't.
Well, that's not the same. Then he's
Exactly.
he's equating one person's work with his own like desires and just personal
Exactly.
like wants.
Well, and what I told him, like, would you be upset if she was a masseuse? Would you be this weird about it?
Or it's like one of those things where if he's upset about her having sex with strangers or other people, no amount of him going out and fucking other people is going to make that like feeling go away. It's just, if anything, it's probably going to make things more messed up.
Well, especially if she has that disconnect and she feels that him going out and fucking other people has an emotional connection and that violates her feelings.
Yeah, and it's a different situation too, where like if you're filming a porn, if you're doing an escort gig, whatever, that's within a certain context, a controlled environment. There's a start, there's an end. You kind of basically all parties know what's going to happen. But
Right, there's rules.
if you go out and you're the dude on this end, and you're like, well, I can go fuck people, and let me go to a bar and meet a girl. Well, that's way different because now you have to talk to, like, you're getting to know someone. This is like a personal, way more intimate thing that like I met someone, we had a connection, so I took her home versus I had to show up at 9 a.m. because it was on my call sheet, and
Exactly.
so to your friend, I would say you have to be okay with your partner doing what they do, and if nothing ever changes for you. But if you truly get to that point where you are okay, you'd be surprised how much doors open up and how much you communicate. If you can get what you want if you have the respect and the willingness to be like, I'm not trying to change you, I'm not trying to possess you, and I don't want anything for myself out of this. Just do your thing,
Exactly. And my thought process has always been, this is what you signed up for. It's not like she started into sex work once you two were in an established relationship.
Yeah, and I can actually, I'm proof. When me and Joanna first started dating, she was fucking everyone, she's a porn star. I wasn't in porn. I was a civilian, as they say. And never, ever once did I say, oh, I think I should get to go fuck girl. Like, no, like, well, that makes no sense. I was like, this is your job. Just like you said, I knew what I signed up for. And look where I am now. Like when you release control and like possession over people and your own ego, you'll get actually more. And so that kind of worked out well.
It worked out well. And I even remember as you transitioned away from being a civilian, how hesitant you were at first.
Oh, I was very reluctant. I did not want to be a porn star or, that guy, whatever.
That's why your name is Small Hands.
Yeah, you set the bar low. but it was one of those things where I it wasn't that I didn't like sex and beautiful women. It was I was trying to be respectful of like, that's not my role right now. That's not my that's not my gig. This is her gig, and why would I try to control someone else's gig or job or whatever? Like, that's your thing. I'm just trying to figure out where I fit, and over time I got sort of acclimated to it, and hell, here we are.
Exactly. It's amazing if you just have an open mind about it, like how things work out. And for some people, they'll never get over it. And if it's a deal breaker for you, just be honest with yourself and walk away.
Yeah, if you really care about this person, but there's this one thing you just can't get over, do the thing that you would do when you care about someone, and that's don't hurt them anymore. And continuing in a relationship that's eating you up alive because of someone's job, that you're going to hurt them eventually, and you're going to hurt yourself. So just
you're going to develop resentment over the years. It's going to keep building, and it's going to get worse, and that's not good for anybody involved.
Yeah. So note to all you dudes out, or any people, it doesn't even matter what genitals or preference you have. If your partner has sex or has any sort of contact, physical or otherwise, for a living, it has nothing to do with you. It's you have to be a fan enough where you're supportive, and you allow your partner to just flourish at whatever it is they do, and trust me, it'll get reciprocated back to you 10 times over if you truly commit to it.
Well, yeah, because how many dudes claim to commit to it and then don't, and then
because there's always an agenda. Well, I'm cool with it if I can like have a threesome every now and then, or I'm cool with it if I can go fuck these girls or whatever. It's like no, you're cool with it because you love that person. End of story. Stop.
Or you just want to be with the person.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily be love at that point, but
Yeah. You're cool with it because that's part of who they are, and if you're welcoming someone into you like intimately, you got to take everything. You can't just take half of someone.
right. This is the whole deal.
Getting deep here, Matt. Getting deep.
I know, and we're barely drinking.
I know. We're sipping light.
We're sipping light. It's
the
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
the older we get, by the time in 5 years, I'll just have like a thimble and I'll just drop it into my mouth.
Hey, as long as I'm still alive in 5 years, so
Yeah, I got to go to the gym today too, so I can't get too wild.
I'm going to a baseball game. I'm going to get trashed.
You wild man. I'll watch the game on the TV while I'm on
See if I get arrested.
stair stepper listening to Taylor Swift. See if you get arrested again.
Hey, I've never been arrested. Really, I've never been arrested.
God, I feel like that's wild. You've had some close calls.
Oh, plenty of those calls. It's all about being slightly faster than someone else.
Touche. Well, you've been well trained for those sorts of situations.
Gotta go. The other friend last night apparently has an on again, off again thing where he's just like, well, she loves me. I love her, but I kind of want to have kids and she can't breed. I'm like, well, if that's a deal breaker for you, bro, walk away. If it's not, stop teasing her. Shit or get off the pot.
Or what's wrong with like adopting a kid?
He wants, it's literally like, I want to carry on my genetic line thing.
Oh, that whole bit. Well, yeah, I guess that's not going to work then. End of story.
Yeah.
You can't, those issues are you got to be on the same page with those things. Not everything, but those things.
Yeah. So this is what I was doing at 3 a.m. last night while drunk.
Man. Well, you were just dishing out life lessons left and right.
Just loudly screaming
from the rooftops.
Literally screaming from the rooftops. And the one mutual friend I told about, that is the blind leading the blind. I'm like, no, man, I have good relationship advice. I make horrible choices when it comes to my own.
It's like how like divorce counselors are like, I've never been married and shit. Man.
It's like, those who can't do teach.
Yeah. We all got our place, man. So what else, man? What else you want to rap about?
Well, I want to rap about Doom's whiskey. What is going on with the Dooms besides it being in my belly at the moment?
Right. We are getting picked up more and more every day in bars and stores and across California. If you go to doomswhiskey.com, you can see all the places that carry it. You can also order the bottles online. We ship to all 50 states now, which is cool. We weren't able to before, but now we are. So if you want a bottle direct to you, you can get it that way. And we're doing a tasting, an in-store at Remedy Liquor in Glendale on the 22nd.
Which I will be live at as well.
Yes. And yeah, it's going to be fun. We're just, trying to grow the baby.
It's such a cute baby.
Yeah.
It has Joanna's eyes.
And it's got my fire. But yeah, so yeah, slinging the whiskey. Joanna's she's writing her second novel now. What else we got going? I'm filming like every day.
I know you went from like reluctant dick slanger to like everyone get this dick.
I mean, I didn't say it quite like that.
I'm paraphrasing a little.
Yeah.
A little.
I tweeted out, "Yo, everyone get this dick."
That was your awards.
Yeah.
Like best male performer at XBiz last year.
2018, 2 years ago now.
Well, that was
Isaiah won last year.
Well, 2019 still this year.
Oh yeah. Okay, last year.
Yeah, last year.
It confuses me how that works.
I know because it's in January.
Yeah.
It's like
so. Yes, last year. Yeah.
Yeah, you won last year, and I remember you saying from stage like, "Who wants this dick? I got a trophy. Who wants this dick?"
No, you're lying. Did I say that?
No,
I was drunk. So
I
don't fuck with me, Matt.
Once again, paraphrasing. He's very respectful.
I mean, I didn't say respectful, but I don't think.
Oh, no, you were very respectful.
That's cool.
You thank the Academy, and your acceptance speech was much better than mine at AVN.
That was hilarious.
Oh, Joanna was so mad at me about that.
Good times. I forgot all about that.
How could you forget that?
Well, there's been so many wild times we've had.
Yeah, that was the only one televised on Showtime.
And you were in character, weren't you?
Yeah, I was wearing the fucking.
You had the yarmulke and everything. You can watch it on Showtime somewhere.
Yeah, the Best in Sex 2018.
Yeah, look up AVN Wars on Showtime, and you can see Matt Slayer stumble on stage drunkenly.
I was actually sober during that.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you just trip?
No, I didn't. I didn't trip.
I think the way the camera was panning, it made you look like, or maybe you just weren't sure if you were supposed to.
Oh yeah, no,
because
I've told the story on air. I don't know if you've ever actually heard my end of it, but
I'd stolen someone's seat. I'm sitting fourth row dead center next to Ike Diesel. We win. I stand up to give Joanna a standing ovation, and Ike's like, dude, you're in the movie. Go up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then I go up there, and I'm expecting the rest of the cast to go up because every other movie, the whole cast went up.
It's just you.
And it's just me. And Bella's at the front row. I'm like, thankfully Showtime edited around this, but I looked down at Bella a couple times, like, look at her. I was like, are you not coming up here?
Man, everybody burned you. It was like an episode of Punk'd. You're just standing there like
I don't even know what to say. Because I was planning to just go to the back of the stage, stand there with the crowd, like, yay, we
Yeah.
won. And they hand me the trophy.
man, what a good time.
And then Joanna was very upset with me.
She was pissed for like a day.
Well, and the best part is,
But in like a sisterly way where, she still loves you.
I actually, because we did a podcast right before Avian that year. That was the last time you and Joanna were on the show. Joanna even said during the podcast, oh, if we win, you can come on stage.
Oh, well, then
I mean, she obviously didn't remember saying that. And in the moment
shenanigans.
you
You heard that voice. You were like, oh, it's cool. She said,
No, it was totally Ike Diesel. It was totally Ike Diesel. I completely was like, Matt, go up. Like, I was an idiot for not moving. I'm like, oh, okay.
The first time I ever went on stage at Avian was for someone else as well. Tommy Pistol won an award, and he asked me to accept it for him. So that was the first time I ever walked on stage. It was not for myself.
But you were a little more prepared than I was.
Oh, yeah. Well, I knew it was coming, and he asked me to like an hour before, not on a podcast, days before.
Yeah, it was literally like one of those. I was not planning to say anything, so I bombed horribly in front of the whole industry.
I thought it was great television, Matt. I was thoroughly entertained.
I am super happy that Showtime mostly edited me out. Like,
Can you imagine the guys in the editing room like, what the shit is going on?
well, the best part is that was the first year that it was actually televised live. Like, it's streamed live.
You're right. They kept cutting the crowd shots and shit.
Well, Jenny, like, for the audience, BA's social media person, is texting me like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Okay, she was watching the
Yeah, she was
stream.
watching the stream.
Ah, good time.
She's like, I thought you almost walked off the stage with the award. I'm like, if Joanna hadn't made it up there in a second, I was about to.
Man, are you going to Avian this year?
Maybe,
Probably, maybe.
maybe.
Usually.
I didn't go last year, so, or I didn't go this year.
This year, last year.
I didn't go to 2019. It was just like financially not worth it for me.
Fair enough.
Most of the AVN,
It ain't cheap that weekend.
it ain't cheap, especially with my drinking problems.
Yeah, even when shit's somewhat paid for, it ain't cheap. Somehow I managed to spend lots of money there every year.
And honestly, I don't feel. I mean, audience, tell me if I'm wrong here. That the content I get at AVN is worth the cost.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of a crapshoot because when everyone's running around so busy and partying, and you might get gold or you might get coal.
Yeah, I mean, I potentially will get gold on my own shenanigans because I almost, without fail, managed to get into something when I'm at AVN.
Yeah. So yeah, at least I get good stories to talk about.
Right, but with the same money, I could be in some foreign country getting weird too.
Touche. What country would you want to go to? One that you haven't been to yet.
I still want to go to Thailand.
Nice.
I want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Hong Kong.
So we're sticking with the Asian continent.
Well,
Ish, Pacific Islands.
yeah, I want to do that. I mean, there's some parts of Western Europe I still want. I won't. Norwegian Airlines has dirt cheap flights to Italy all the time, like $500 round trip flights from LAX direct to Italy.
That's awesome.
It's like I can't fly to Chicago for that fucking price.
I got to get on that.
Yeah, put that dick slinging money to good use.
Too busy working to do anything with the money.
Just call in sick. Be like, sorry, in Italy.
Yeah. I don't think that would fly. I think
You're not under contract.
It's true. I can do what I want, I guess, huh? I like working, though. Working's fun.
I don't know. Porn folk flaking is, par for the course. You can get away with it once in a while.
Hey, I'm no flake, sir.
I know. This. You have all this goodwill built up. You could just flake and go to Italy.
Well, if I took time off, I'd really just want to finish all my tattoos because that's what I need time off for. Can't really walk into a scene with bloody gashes all over you,
Why? You have a clean test.
It's off-putting.
Maybe for some people. Somebody's going to pay good money for that.
Unless it's their kink, right?
Just start shooting some of those customs and,
I got to get the tattoos finished first.
hey, that's what you should do. Put a call out to your fans to pay for the tattoos for you to do a bloody custom.
That sounds like so much work. I'd rather just go get the tattoos and pay for them myself. And
It's not that much work.
I don't want to film a bloody custom. That sounds like not my bag.
Yeah, but slanging dick in the first place wasn't
No,
your bag
no
originally.
judgment for everyone out there.
Slanging dick in the first place wasn't your bag to start with.
Touche.
You might be like, you know what? I really
maybe
enjoyed
I need
this.
to open my mind up more.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
I got to keep an open mind.
You never know, man. This could be your new bag.
I hope not.
You say that now.
Yeah,
A year from now, he's back on the show like, I don't know why I waited so long to bleed on girls.
Jesus, God. I need more drinking before this is okay. What else on that?
You're like, man, I did this during the day to try to avoid some of the weirdness that comes with this show.
Yeah,
but
man, the conversation managed to be 1 p.m. weird, not 1 a.m. weird.
yeah. No matter what time of day,
Hey, it's going to be weird.
I can make this shit
It's
weird.
going to be weird.
You guys bought a fucking house.
We did. Yeah, me and my wife bought our first house recently. We jumped into that grown-up pool, and so far so good. I mean, the lights are still on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been cool. The dogs like it, and yeah, no complaints, man.
I didn't get invited to the housewarming party.
It's because we haven't had one.
I know.
This summer we'll get something together. This summer, some sort of BBQ. I need to buy a barbecue. I haven't gotten around to that either.
You don't have the big green egg anymore?
God, R.I.P. Big Green Egg. One of my loves of life. Now, when we moved from 2 places ago, that thing weighs like a literal ton, if no one knows, and it was too hard to transport, and I just sold it. I was like, fuck it. Joanna hated it anyway
Why? It provided such good meats.
because it would make our whole house like smell like it was on fire. Because the way that it was set up in the backyard, the wind on the like hill, it would just blow hard everything into the house, which I thought was delicious, but
Yeah, I'm failing to see the problem.
yeah, I'm gonna get another one someday.
Please. Because you did masterful work with that motherfucker.
I already told her, I'm like, yo, the next time you go out of town without me for a couple days and I'm feeling frisky, this is what my life has become now. I'm not going to the strip club. I'm going to barbecues galore. I'm gonna buy myself a fucking $2,000 Big Green Egg on a credit card, max it out, and just grill. And you're gonna come home and have to love it.
Dooms is going to pay for that. Mitch is just going to see a bill and be like, what the fuck?
You're gonna love that smoked meat.
Oh, I could just see the look on Mitch's face.
Like, shout out to you, Mitch.
Shout out to you, Mitch. Love you to death. Gonna eventually drag you out of your cave at some point.
You should have Mitch on the show.
I've tried.
Imagine the stories.
I have tried for years. So, for the audience who may not be aware who Mitch Fontaine is, Mitch Fontaine is Joanna's partner in Burning Angel.
And it has been since day one.
Yeah,
They founded it together.
They founded it together. He is the camera shy, silent partner. I mean, he's not really a silent partner, but he's
Silent on like social media and in the public eye.
the low profile partner.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Mitch. Couldn't do it without you.
Love him to death. Had a lot of fun nights with Mitch over the years, especially like when I could eventually coax him into drinking. Like, hey, Mitch, have a drink.
Good old Mitch. What else, Matt? What else we got going on?
Oh, you're hosting this motherfucker today.
I know. Why? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be doing that. Let me just sit back and relax.
Like, you're supposed to sit back and relax. I mean, do you want me to give you more alcohol? Will that help?
No.
I mean, it'll help.
I've had my fill.
This is such a sad state of
Well,
affairs.
you caught me on a day where I gotta be a professional tomorrow. You know, integrity.
Yeah. See, this is why I chose a profession where I can just encourages me drinking.
Well, you picked the right one.
Exactly. Oh, hey, Matt, what's your actual skill set? Well, getting drunk and running my mouth. Oh,
Here's a mic.
here's a mic. Go
Go.
for it. Go forth. You been doing any music shit, man?
I mean, still writing the soundtracks, for the Burning Angel stuff. Still working on my, I hate to use the word like solo album because that sounds so douchey, but I have like a project that is just me I'm working on that I'm hoping to finish by the end of summer. But I've been saying that for a while. I did fill in on bass for the Cox, Mike Quasar's punk band, maybe 6 months ago. That was fun. I learned about 13 songs about sucking dick in 2 practices, and we played at a fun punk bar. It was really cool. But other than that, I mean, really just since I've been like performing and filming so much, that's been the forefront of almost everything in my day these days.
That's so depressing. That you're so busy having sex that you don't have time for the
I know,
other
it's
joys
tough.
in life.
I know,
You
I
can't
know.
barbecue. You barely get to play music.
It's a cruel world, isn't it?
I know.
Look at this hand I've been dealt. What am I to do?
This small hand you've been dealt.
This tiny hand.
I had to make that hack joke. I couldn't help myself. Could not help myself. Could you imagine as a teenager telling yourself, like, so one of your problems in life later on is going to be, you're going to be having so much sex you don't have time for anything else?
I know it's ridiculous. It is flat out ridiculous. It doesn't. It's weird because when you get into any sort of routine of work, you get used to it to a degree, and it feels like it's just what you do. It becomes normal, and then sometimes though with this job, I'm like, this is so crazy that I'm doing this. Like holy shit! Like even though this is like my day to day now, like. Sometimes I step back and I'm like, there's no way this is real. I feel like this is a joke. Like someone is playing a joke on me at any moment, like Truman Show style. Like they're all going to come out and like, aha, like, I don't know. But,
yeah, they're just going to pop up like, oh, this isn't your wife. This isn't your house.
Like none of this is real. Like
they're going to be slapping you awake and you're going to be passed out behind a bar in San Diego. Like that was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Carne asada burrito in my hand. And
like, oh, God damn it. I got a shift in the morning.
No, but I mean,
a little beer belly going.
Yeah, right. Well, I suck it in for the camera.
No, I'm saying like if you were still a bartender in San Diego, like,
oh yeah, yeah.
You wake up like, but my abs. Where did my abs go?
Just waking up in an alley in North Park somewhere. It was all a dream, guys. No, but I mean, it really does sometimes feel like that because it was never planned. Really, it wasn't something I had on my agenda. But now it's just become this monster. But it's cool, I'm like, shit, no complaints,
Oh, I know. It's just crazy because I've known you since you were just a bartender.
Totally.
Hell, I was in San Diego in your bar a handful of times.
I was handing you shots left and right.
It was great. It's like, oh, I like this. Joanna, I like your new boyfriend. he gets me.
And man, the bar scene is very far away now, but I miss it, man. I like the action of bartending. I like people all screaming at you and you're having to juggle 6 things at once and try to look cool doing it. Like that's fun. I think that's cool. But I definitely feel a lot better these days. My health is a lot better. I'm in a lot better shape.
Hey, you're not a doctor. You don't know your health's a lot better.
I've been to doctors who have told me so.
You paid them to tell you that.
Shit, I did. All right, well, it's all a lie. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do feel better. I do.
That's all in your head.
All right. Damn it.
More dooms will
Stop
fix
trying
that.
to make me go back to the old ways.
Oh, but think of how great it would be.
Man.
That carne asada burrito's calling.
Fuck you, man.
It's just, Aaron,
Don't do it.
Aaron.
Get out of my head.
I'm so well marinated.
I rebuke you, devil.
I'd be so tasty.
I still eat a carne asada burrito every now and then.
But not like you used to.
No. Well, I used to do it at 3 a.m. after a bottle of whiskey.
And what better time?
I know, man. It was that's when it just tastes so good. You're watching like reruns of Saturday Night Live or some terrible shit. You're so drunk that it's like it's over. The tree is slowly falling in the forest, but right before you crash, you're going to shove that burrito with all that hot sauce in your mouth, even though it's going to ruin your stomach the next day. And all is well in the world.
It is. What I've gotten into recently is there's a rad taco truck at Sunset and Western that does this giant, beautiful al pastor spit. Like they put a slice of pineapple on that motherfucker. It's $1.50 a taco.
Boom.
And it's just like,
How many do you get?
10. I'm a fat fuck. What?
Oh, you're a fucking healthy boy is what you are.
You're not a doctor.
But those... No, I'm not. I've never even played one on TV.
I'm trying to think if I've played a doctor.
Have you?
No. We need to fix that. Joanna needs to write a medical
Like a fucked up hospital gone wrong kind of thing.
comedy porn.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll definitely try to
Pitch it to her.
kind of like a Scrubs parody, but not a Scrubs parody.
I like it. A Scrubs parody, but like unlike it in every way.
Right? Just funny doctors.
I like funny doctors.
I mean, you could do a Doogie Howser MD porn, but Doogie would have to have just graduated high school.
Also, I would really want Neil Patrick Harris to just guest star in it. Like, I feel like he's like hip and cool. Like, yo, dude, you want to be in this porn? Loosely based on the fake doctor life you used to portray.
The role that once almost got you typecast out of Hollywood.
Man, I used to love that show when I was a kid.
Everyone loved that show.
And I was allowed to watch it because it was like kind of wholesome. Like my parents were like, all right, you can watch that.
This kid's saving lives.
Yeah.
How's that not wholesome?
And he's a doctor and he does it all in an hour.
right?
Every time.
And
It's
unlike
awesome.
real doctors, he's not smoking or fucking nurses or.
Is that what real doctors do? That sounds.
I think
sounds
so.
wild.
I mean, if you're under that much,
That's like Quentin Tarantino doctors.
well, think about it. If you're under that much stress every day, you got to have reliefs.
True.
If you're making literal life and death decisions throughout your working day, you got to have some sort of weird release, right?
Yeah, actually, man, you want to hear something fucked up? I used to know, like I was in high school, I was friends with someone who, their dad was a literal, like a brain surgeon. He did surgery on people's brains. And I would be over at their house sometimes, and he would be like wasted the day before, like shit-faced. And I never would say anything, but I'm like, dude, this guy is like going in the next day after 16 vodka sodas and doing brain surgery. Like, holy shit. But I don't know.
You got to get loose, man.
Wow.
I mean, because if he went in stone cold sober, he'd get too wrapped up in his own head, like, oh, if I nick this artery, that guy's dead. If he's just like, I got this.
I mean, hey, what
That
is it?
drunk confidence?
The ends justify the means to a degree. Like, if you get the results, then can't say shit.
And if you don't, he's got malpractice insurance for a reason.
Yeah, okay.
But seriously, I can't imagine having such a high stress job and not having any outlet for a release.
Yeah, I mean, I have a high stress job, and I guess I go running like 4 miles a day. Usually that's how I get my release out.
But your stress, I mean, I'm not trying to discount your job. I know how rough your job is. But
It's not rough, but it is stressful. It's high stress, meaning it's sink or swim. It's like being a fighter. You are fail or pass. There is no...
right, but if you fail...
No one's lives are at stake if you fail. So it's not on the level of an actual surgeon.
It's internal stress.
Yeah.
Yes, there is some external stress with your co-stars and the crew, and you may cost someone a day's pay if you don't perform.
Yeah. Well, it's more just the stress of, like, for any guy who wants to get in porn, walk out into a room with lights bright as fuck in your face with 15 people in the room, and when someone snaps their fingers within 2 minutes to get your dick hard, fuck this girl, and within a snap of the fingers be able to finish in 2 minutes. Like, tell me that's not high stress. It's not a life or death high stress, but it's a
it's a different high stress.
Yeah,
it's a very different high stress
versus if you're just working at like Geico in a cubicle. And I'm not saying there's no stress to that, but it's not a high stress level. Like
I don't know, man. Have you heard about the quotas they have to meet?
No, I haven't.
For the audio audience, the eye roll was amazing there.
Have you heard about the quotas they have to meet?
Fuck no. I feel like they're one of those companies that does insurance scams for their salespeople. They're like, you work 100% on commission, so go sell.
Yeah.
I mean, and
that's a different stress for sure, because it's sink or swim with your money.
Yeah, and honestly, unless you are in the top 1% of like salespeople, those jobs are garbage.
Yeah, but the people in the top 1% are probably stressed as fuck all the time because they have to just kill themselves to stay there and be there, But that's how it works in all like entertainment and almost everything.
Yeah, I mean, okay, no, that's a goddamn lie. I'm like, I stress about this all the time.
Yeah.
And
so
as low stakes as this fucking job is.
Right. But I mean, I guess anything with a success or fail kind of outcome will have some level of stress because you want to be successful.
Everything has its stresses. And honestly, would you know how to live a like actual stress-free life? Is that actually a thing that's accomplishable?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think we're really meant to in like a big picture way, because stress, like, you don't have joy or you don't have highs without lows, and you don't have joy without sorrow. You like, that's what you sign up for. There's like a yin and a yang to all this shit. And so when you have stress, it makes you appreciate the times that aren't stressful. And it also shows the contrast and the difference. Whereas if your norm is no stress, then you don't even think of it in those terms anymore. It's just what it just exists because that's what it is.
Well, and also you don't know how to cope when that stress eventually comes around.
Right. So I think a certain level of like stress in life is healthy. It teaches you, things. Hopefully you learn from those times and you learn how to like adapt and minimize it. But I don't think you ever get to a point where you have no stress in life. That's just not how it works.
Unless you're on copious amounts of drugs and just not living in reality.
Yeah, but again, that's altered now too. So you're just escaping the stress in this other, which, hey, more power to you. If that's
There's problems with escapism?
No, not at all. I escape all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I just think it's different for everyone, their level of it, but I think the pursuit of a stress-free life is sort of it's silly, it's naive. I think you're just supposed to pursue a good life, and when stresses come up, know how to handle them.
Well, and a good life is also relative.
True. I mean, that's defined by whatever your
moral system, and because how many people would be like, small hands here, he's not living a good life, he's living a life of sin.
Well, I don't know. Those people, I feel sorry for those people.
Oh, I do too. But there's definitely a lot of them out there in the grand scheme.
For sure, and they're entitled to think that. But it doesn't change me and what I'm doing.
Fuck no. You can't live your life for other people.
No.
And that is one thing I'll scream it from the rooftops as loud as I can. Like, live life for you.
Yeah.
Don't be shitty to other people, but live life for you. Don't live life for other people's fucking expectations. It's yours. Enjoy it.
And there's a way to enjoy it, live it for you, and simultaneously be decent to those around you, and be a not shitty human being. Like, you can do it all. It's possible.
Yeah, and occasionally you'll have those conflicts, but that's part of the human existence.
Yeah, for sure.
But eat that steak. Fuck that girl.
What?
I don't know. Those are the things that just bring me happy. It's like, you're just like, what makes me happy?
So eat that steak and fuck. Bold words from Matt Slayer, everyone. Words to live by.
I'm a simple man.
Man.
As I pour myself another 130 whiskey.
Good times.
Well, now you can't have any more because I killed the bottle.
Good. That was for you. It was a gift.
Oh, see, that's why
Polished off that bottle of Dooms, baby.
They have video. They can see what it started at. It's not like I drank the whole bottle.
Yeah, well, polished off that third of a bottle. You helped me finish it. I think actually Mike Quasar drank the first half of it at my house.
Oh, good. Now I have Quasar cooties.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Depends on who you ask in the industry. So, what else does 2019 hold for you, man? What else are you going to do this year? Besides just going to Vegas and slanging dick?
There's a lot of dick slinging this year for sure, both in LA and Vegas and abroad. What else am I doing? Going to San Diego for a couple days to film in July. Going to spend July 4th in New York with Joanna's family. That'll be my first 4th of July on the East Coast. That'll be sticky and hot, I think.
Yeah, it'll smell like urine.
Yeah. But her sisters live in Jersey and have a pool, so I think we're going to do most of the shit poolside. Maybe I'll get some barbecue skills going, and then just filming a lot. Nothing.
Just buy another big green egg for Joanna's sister. Be like,
right. We'll do like a share thing where I'll come visit it like twice a month, cook on it, tell it I love it.
Just watch Mitch freak out from the bills. Like, how'd you buy 2 of them?
How? There's with your credit card, Mitch.
Love you, Mitch. We're just gonna spend your money.
But yeah, not really. Just working, man. Just plugging away, filming, and slinging whiskey and dick.
So, what is the big marketing plan for Dooms besides coming here and giving me some?
No, that was it.
Oh,
that was the plan.
I approve of this
just
plan.
to give you whiskey, and just to remind everyone that doomswhiskey.com, you can purchase it and also see the stores, bars, restaurants that carry it, along with merch. You can buy shirts and whatnot. So there's not a real secret, hidden agenda other than to just try to keep spreading the word and getting the gospel of the 100 proof rye out.
The very, very smooth 100 proof rye.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, good timing on that.
Classic.
That was natural. That was not my acting ability. I'm not that good of an actor. I'm not. No.
You're pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I've seen you in a few flicks.
I think Caden didn't quite approve of how much I was chewing the scenery as an extra the other day.
Wait, what was happening?
So Joanna booked me to play an extra in some movie that Caden Cross and Manuel were doing. Mm-hmm. And it was a non-speaking role. Mm-hmm. I was definitely chewing the scenery at a couple points. Like, she's like, can we get some, B-side of you guys doing shots of sake? And I took the shot and was like, she's like, really?
Just overacting like a motherfucker.
Just chewing the motherfucker.
Dang.
Like, you're not letting me talk. I'm just going to overact the fuck out of this.
Did they keep the take?
She only took one, so
it's either going to make it or it's not.
It ain't making it.
Cutting room floor.
That was the first time I'd worked with Caden, and it was just definitely like after everything, she's like, "That's nice, that's really nice." It's a very different directing style than Joanna.
Yeah. I mean, shit, man. Now that I've worked for Caden, Joanna, and everyone under the sun, it's interesting to see everyone's like different directing styles and how they get what they want out of whatever. And I think Caden's style is very good. I mean, her movies are insanely gorgeous, and I think that Joanna's style is very good because her stuff comes out good, even though they're two very, very different styles of directing. But that's kind of like the mad genius of it, you know?
Yeah, it's just like there's more than one way to make a porno.
There's more than one way to do almost everything.
Well, and just the majority of my time on sets have been with Joe. I mean, I've worked for Stormy, I've worked for now Caden, I've worked for some other people, but it's like I'm so used to Burning Angel sets.
There's a certain way about it.
Like,
Yeah.
in all honesty, because I didn't know, like, Joanna booked me, but she didn't tell me any other details besides show up in a suit. Like, I brought my laptop to edit with. I'm like, oh, okay, so if I got downtime, I'm going to sit here. It's like, oh, there's zero downtime here. Like, I walked in the door, drank a water, and was rolling.
Yeah. She runs a tight ship.
I'm like, oh, this is unlike most other sets I've been on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get to do shit. But it was great. I was in and out in 2 hours.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Like,
Can't wait to see it.
see if I make it.
Yeah, we'll see.
See me just like hamming it up with chopsticks, like pointing at sushi. Like I was a sushi patron. And then there's a lot of like, and this is gonna do this shit audio, but there's a lot of
Just overacting like a motherfucker.
well, you give me a non-speaking role, I have to sell it with body motion, right? Right.
Sure.
That's what you're told. That's what I was brought in to do. No one brings me in to just sit there and go,
No one puts Slayer in the corner.
right? I'm gonna steal scenes.
That's your new like AK Matt Scene Stealer Slayer.
I have no idea. Did Joanna tell you about the girl scene that I played the father for?
No, do tell.
This was a couple months ago. She booked me. She was directing it. It was for Gamma. It was a girl scene with Abella, Melania Ricci, and
Cool.
Kendra Spade.
It's a good trio.
Kendra plays my daughter. And in typical actual me fashion, when I'm really acting, is like I fuck up the first couple takes. Like without fail, especially because the script changed between when I got it and being on set. So the first couple takes, like, Quasar's giving me the eye, like, really, Matt? Come on. Like, I gotta get into it, Quasar. You know, like, I don't do this all the fucking time. So, like, I'm not loose when you first put me on fucking camera. Like, if I'm just, in the background being silly, I can.
Yeah, that's one thing. But.
Yeah, I can overact and be ignorant in the background. But when you actually give me dialogue and like I have to try to sell it a little bit, like, takes a couple takes for me to, like, my lines to actually sink in and all that shit.
Totally.
Eventually, like, I dial it in, but oh my god, I start getting silly because there's a couple like outtakes where, well, I don't even know if they end up being outtakes, but if Joanna used it or not, where I was supposed to chase a badminton birdie.
Oh, okay.
And like I ran shoulder first into like a canopy, like the steel pole of a canopy, and like whip myself around it
on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh. Just a party.
Well, because I'm supposed to be playing
just a flex on that scenery.
Well, I was supposed to be like dumb jock dad, like
gotcha.
Former football playing jock dad,
Gotcha.
Who's low class at a fucking country club.
Nice.
Taking my daughter to learn how to, in the original script, play tennis, but we didn't actually.
And
have
then
tennis.
she learns how to play vagina.
Exactly.
It's a classic tale.
It is. It's a tale as old as time.
Nice. Well, it sounds like you've been making quite the rounds in the scenery these days.
I don't know. Just get 2 nominations under my belt. I'm like, oh yeah, he's actually in demand. Actually in demand. Well, it's fun when I do get booked for those roles. Like,
Totally.
I wouldn't mind doing more porno extra work, which actively hurts me doing other things.
You're committed now, man.
Well, I mean, I've been committed.
I know.
10 years
You've been in this deep.
I've been in this deep for like 10 years, but it's always a weird like conversation where like I met that manager from a mainstream management company. It's like, well, yeah, I'd love to produce your client's podcast. And I'm like, when he Googles me, this may go sideways.
That's the risk we take in this world, my friend.
It is. But the problem is, like, I'm not so deep in porn that my main income comes from porn. Mm-hmm. So it's like I have all the negative drawbacks from it without the positive income that comes from it.
Well, then you must really love it.
I think I'm just institutionalized at this point.
Then you must be very institutionalized.
I've just been around for 10 years. It's like, well, most of my social circle's in porn.
You're just in too deep, man.
I'm in too deep. I just can't get out. I'd have to start going by my legal name and shit and like clean up my act.
Nah.
Can anyone imagine me cleaning up my act?
Nah.
Not my style.
No, it's not.
What else has been going on? Like, you bought the house, you're slanging dick. You got to have some other shit going on with you, man.
I mean, that keeps me pretty busy, man. No, man, just between the whiskey, the porn, the music, the freaking being married, the dogs, that's a full-time life. So there's no days off, no slowdown, but I mean, this is my day off technically.
Well, thank you for coming to do promotion on your day off.
One of like 4 that I have this month. I think I have 4 days off total this month. But even then, it's like office work and stuff. But this is fun. This is just hanging out with you.
Oh yeah.
So this don't count.
Yeah, I know it doesn't count. There's no whiskey. There's no more whiskey, and you're not drinking it.
Aww.
It's so sad.
Duty calls, my friend. And now we drink has to also be with parentheses unless you have a gangbang the next morning.
Oh, believe me, there have been plenty of sober guests like that are in recovery that just like out here drinking coffee, drinking LaCroix. You're not in recovery.
No, I'm not. I'm just me.
Though I was a dick and didn't really. I was just teasing Xander the whole time. Like, you sure you don't want any whiskey? Sure.
Oh, that's cruel. Very cruel.
Yeah, but him and I.
He held out? He held strong?
He held strong.
Good.
I mean, him and I go back long enough where it's like, he knows I'm fucking with him.
Yeah, totally.
Steph Gamble was actually a little offended that I wasn't fucking with him like that. It's like,
Oh, he wanted to be fucked with a
he's
bit.
like, I heard your episode with Xander. Why aren't you asking me if I want to drink? Like, Seth, I know you, man, but I don't know you. Like,
You don't want to be the reason he falls off.
right? Well, yeah, it's like I don't know you. Like, I know Xander. I've known Xander a very long time, and
Yeah.
I feel comfortable fucking with him like that.
True that.
And then I succumbed to peer pressure, and I fucked with Seth a little bit like that too. I'm like, sure you want to drink, man?
Nice.
I'm not a good person.
You're all right, my book.
Well, yeah, I'm all right.
I'm not going to give you the Jesus award. You're no saint.
Jesus wasn't a saint either. He was the Son of God.
Oh, God, not semantics. What are we talking about, Matt?
I don't know. It's Father's Day.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. You a dad?
Fuck no.
And me neither.
But I know we're both dudes with difficult relationships with our fathers.
Oh, yeah, it's all good, though. Happy Father's Day, Pop, wherever you are.
Mine's dead, so
There you go. Fucking A.
I don't know where his body is, but
Okay.
donated it to science.
Oh, well, then it's somewhere in science.
In the grand scheme of science.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of those things where, like, I don't know. He died of Alzheimer's. I'm like, you know what? In the grand scheme, he may do more good in death than he did in life.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
I mean, I know this is a horribly depressing segue. It's like, oh, well, happy Father's Day.
Sick. Yeah, cool.
Cool. Donating our parents' bodies to science.
What else, Matt?
Well, I mean, but I'm not done with that.
Sorry, going back to science and bodies.
What's super fucked up is I donated my father's body to the Illinois Anatomical Society, which is a legit, like, donate body to science. Turns out, I found out this right after we made the donation, that there are, like, essentially body chop shops where you can donate the body to science.
And they hack it up and
then, like, say a medical conference needs 25 elbows for some surgical procedure.
it's just like a drawer full of fucking elbows.
Yeah, like these chop shops will send those parts.
I mean, yeah, how else are they going to do it?
Right.
It's just crazy to think that that's...
Well, yeah, but that's not what you think when you're like, I'm going to donate this person's body to science to advance medical technology.
What do you think?
I don't know, like that they.
I thought they would just like pull out the organs and, like, I don't know, put them in the fridge or something. Like
put them in mason jars,
like or like a proper case to, like, keep them hanging out till they go to someone else. But
well, that's organ donation. That's not.
But I guess if you're using the whole body, yeah, you're gonna hack it up and use it for whatever.
But these are for-profit places. Like, these places, you quote donate, like they cover all the costs of transport and the death certificate and all that shit, and then just hack them up to sell for profit to medical conferences, stuff like that. Versus like the Illinois Anatomical Society is like, oh no, we're actually going to use the body for research purposes. Though his body may still
I get it. So one thing isn't really research; it's just filling like a demand for the item, for lack of a better word.
The thing about it is like all these surgeons practicing on the parts may lead to medical breakthroughs. Like all these surgeons flying to a conference to learn how to do this elbow surgery.
Wild. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. So it all ends up kind of going to some progress.
But one of them's I don't know, the part where it becomes this is a for-profit entity versus like this is a non-profit entity strikes me as very different morally.
Why? They're dead.
Well, yeah, but it's just how it's presented. Because
are they presenting it like under the guise of a nonprofit? And they're
they're like, oh no, we'll take care of your loved one, and your loved one will be go towards medical research.
Okay, well if that's the lie, then if they're saying it's going towards research,
well, it technically is. Their elbow's technically going to furthering.
I don't see the problem with it as long as that elbow actually gets used for something good. If they're just like mining bones for marrow and making jewelry or something really strange, then that's like
I don't know. It's just the idea of like your loved one being like hacked up for barbecue and just like, oh, this is just parts inventory now.
I mean, is it any weirder than my loved one being ground up into powder sitting in a jar above a fireplace?
No, that's super weird.
So like it's all weird.
Especially I found out from my mom because she cremated her boyfriend after my father.
Mm-hmm.
Human ashes are not like fluffy cigarette ashes. They're sticky and there's fat and it's not.
It doesn't have that nice wispy like thing
right, like
in the movies.
Right. Like it's all like there's chunks of bone in it and it's gnarly in real life.
Damn. I don't think I've ever actually seen like looked in a jar and looked at the
no, I haven't either.
I've seen the jars like sitting up at people's houses, but I don't know.
Yeah, because my mom's like, I really wanted to touch him one last time after he's cremated, and then I found out what like actual human cremation remains are like. I'm like, cool, Mom.
Morbid.
Welcome to the 1 p.m.
There's no pretty way to do it, man. So you may as well throw me to science or some shit, because either way I'm going to be ground up or burned or made into a paste.
And what do you want with your final resting place?
I don't care. Once I'm gone, I'm gone. Do whatever you want with me.
Joanna's going to have you taxidermied left in the living room.
She's going to have me stuffed.
Holding a base. People are going to hang their coats on you at a party.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Hang your coats on me. That's fine.
You heard it here, folks.
Hang your coats on me after I'm dead and am a taxidermied dead person. When you come over to my wife's dinner parties.
That'd be pretty fucking metal.
That would be.
I mean, I'd be curious what you go for in the eventual estate sale.
Not much. Let's be real. Not much.
Dude, on Halloween we give you black metal makeup.
You'll just paint me up for all the different holidays. Like I'll be Santa when it comes. You make me like the Easter bunny for Easter.
You just stay there like in your normal
paint me.
Your normal shirt and an Easter bunny head in the foyer.
Totally.
This is so.
We've gone off on a few weird roads here, Matt.
Have you not listened to this show before?
I have. That's why I knew it was okay.
This is where it goes. Like, in all reality, I have no idea what I want. Like, I just don't want to die.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to die, but also I know it's part of living. Like you can't live without dying, and so it's like
prove me wrong. Don't actually prove me wrong.
Well, I don't think anyone has proven it wrong because everyone has died who's ever lived.
You don't know. There are more people alive now than have ever died.
But I have yet to see one person continually outlast, and that means you're gonna die.
Well, and the fucked up part about it, like actual immortality, like if it was actually possible, it's a proven fact that like older you get, faster the passage of time goes.
Well, because you're moving the needle along the timeline, and the longer you are, the scale gets different.
Yeah, it's like looking at an editing track. It's like if you expand the whole thing out, it's all really condensed.
I mean, if you've only been alive for 5 minutes, 1 minute of that is fucking
20% of your life.
But if you've been alive for 500 years, 1 minute means nothing.
Right. At that point, years probably mean nothing.
Yeah, it just starts to float and, kind of blend.
Yeah, your interpersonal relationships would go to shit because no one else is a 500-year-old man.
Well, I imagine you'd probably only be able to be friends with other immortals.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you were the lone immortal.
That would be lonely. That would be lonely.
Connor McLeod styles.
Damn. Yeah, I don't want to be the lone immortal. I'm cool with dying. I just want to live enough before I get to that point where it's like, all right.
Yeah, and then on top of it, even if you manage to like outlast human society, because some estimates say that we, as a species, only got about 9,000 years left before we just. And with climate change,
They're giving us that much. I thought it was less.
with climate change, that may be way less. But in the grand scheme of things, we'll probably be extinct within 9,000 years. So, say you outlast the rest of human society. Say you stick around for whatever comes after. Eventually, the sun is going to engulf the planet or go cold.
But if you're immortal at that point, don't fucking matter. You can just fly through space forever and do whatever the fuck you want because you're immortal.
That's assuming you just don't, that's assuming you just don't die of old age. That you still have to breathe, eat.
Oh, so it's not. Oh, that's lame. So you can still die, but you just have to be killed. You won't just die from natural causes. Then I guess you're not immortal. Shit. Huh?
Well, and how you define immortality? Okay, so if you don't have to breathe or eat, does it sound like a lot of fun to be endlessly cold floating through space?
No, none of this sounds very fun. I'd rather have my life here currently as it is.
Yeah. I own a house in Southern California. Winning.
I did not say that.
Once again, putting words in Aaron's mouth.
Yeah, usual. Par for the course.
Par for the course is just a. And now this is video. I'm just going to dub me saying things as Aaron's lips move. Who are we kidding? I'm not that good of an editor.
You're like, I'm not going to spend that much time on it.
No, fuck. I'm 9 episodes behind on the video versions as is.
Dang, you're in the weeds.
It's fucking rough, man. Like, as you can see, we're a multi-camera shooting this motherfucker.
We are.
And unless you can, maybe you can enlighten me. Is there a faster way to go through and select cameras?
What do you mean by select cameras? When you're editing?
Yeah.
I mean, do you just sync all of them up via the audio track first?
Yep.
And there are 1, 2, 3 layers? And I mean, usually I just start on whatever camera is my master that I'm going to use the most, and I just stay on that. And then anytime it gets shitty, I flip to one or the other.
Well, see, the problem with that is the way this works is it's whatever camera is on the person who's speaking.
Yeah, but you have a wide. So you can always cut back to the wide.
The wide is actually very rarely used. The wide is used when
I guess I don't know how to edit podcasts, so I have no idea because it's a different way, a different setup. A different
so
structure.
the way I edit it, I'm sure this is super entertaining for the audience at home, but fuck them. Don't. I love you guys. Don't. I mean, if you want to fuck, it's cool. I'll make passionate love to you. But anywho, is I'm shooting in a multi-camera sequence, or I'm editing a multi-camera sequence, and then whoever's speaking, I just switch to. And the wide is only for like when we both do large movements and shit like that.
Well, I don't think there's a fast way to do it. You just have to watch the footage and just do it.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, because everything is kind of based on. There's no automation to it. You have to just watch and do it.
And this is why I'm behind on video episodes, guys. Sorry.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. I should just go down to USC and be like, are you a film student? You want some credits?
I bet you can find some people.
Find some USC
Find some underlings. Get some interns under you.
Yeah, just find some college kid. Like, so you like porn, kid? How would you like to meet some porn stars?
Yeah, that's one way to pitch it to him.
The worst way to pitch it to him. The absolute worst.
Yeah, I don't know the caliber of worker you'll get, but
well, and the last thing I want to do is actually expose industry friends to like some random civilian who's just like, I'm in this to meet porn stars.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
It would be obnoxious. It's obnoxious enough when I have civilian friends try to do that shit.
Yeah, true that.
You still get that occasionally?
Not really.
Do you have civilian friends anymore?
I don't have any friends at all other than like my wife and the people like you and no. I mean I have civilian friends, but if they're thinking those thoughts, they don't say them to me, so I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, I sadly have enough civilian friends out there in the world who still just say ignorant shit like, yo, are you fucking that girl? Like, no, man. We're friends and coworkers.
Why would they think that?
Well,
because she's in porn. That
yeah.
Oh boy, that's an old mentality.
I know, but so Catholicism.
All you can do is correct them.
So is Catholicism, and it's been around a long time too.
True.
People get stuck in their fucking old school thoughts.
All you can do is correct them with the right information and hope that they take it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it's just explain to them like, no, she wouldn't fuck me even if someone was paying her.
Well, there you go. That's also one way to put it. Or you could just say, no, you're mistaken.
It's funnier to say it my way.
Yeah, true that.
It's like, oh no, if there was a full camera crew and a producer, I'd be on her no list. So
Well, there you go.
I would love to ask like a bunch of female guests, like, would I be on your no list? But like, I think it'd be misconstrued.
I don't think you want to go down that road. That's a weird conversation to have if you're
Oh,
not
exactly.
actually-
Like, it's purely like I want to do it for comedic value, but I feel like it would be misconstrued. Like, are you thinking about fucking me? Like,
or just, I don't know. I guess just try it and see what happens. See
Nah.
what kind of response you get.
no. Like, I feel like that's an instant, like, that's an uncomfortable question.
Yeah, it is.
But also,
It's also like not real, so it doesn't matter. Because usually to be on someone's no list, you have to do something to piss them off or something inappropriate. And if they've never interacted with you on that level, then
I know. In my own brain, it's like, that's comical. But it's,
I think it would be comical with certain people. Depending
yeah, there's
on
certain people like,
depending on who you ask.
it's my own off weird brand of humor is that one. It's just, in practice, not a good question. Would break up the flow of the show a bit. Like, what? You're not a performer. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Matt, what? No. What's wrong with you?
Try it and see what happens if you're ever feeling frisky.
Well, Aaron, would you put me on your no list?
I don't have a list at all for men because I don't have sex with men. So it's, and again, this is not a irrelevant.
Hey, once again, I made it weird.
No, nothing weird.
But you're
about
on my no list, so it's okay.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
don't have sex with men.
Fair enough. All right. I
Small
think-
hands. First person on the no list. Just going to publish it on the website. Matt Slayer's no list.
And it's just me.
Just no,
One name.
Xander too.
Okay.
And
fair.
Steph Campbell.
Okay.
I like Diesel.
All right.
Pretty much any male talent I've had on the no list.
Okay, that's fair. Glad to know it's not personal. It's just a blanket statement.
It's because you have a penis.
That's fair. I do. I definitely do.
I discriminate against them.
Okay. Well, it's not going anywhere. So I guess we'll just have to live like this.
I hope so. Because like that would be bad for your career if it went somewhere.
Yeah, kind of hard to be in porn without a dick.
I mean, you could scissor fiercely.
Nah, I'd just bow out at that point. I'd go work at a Taco Bell.
Why would you do that to
There's a
yourself?
Taco Bell by my house.
Why would you do that? We've talked about glorious carne asada burritos.
Well, yo, if my dick's cut off, it don't really matter.
You're like, I'm gonna eat dog meat.
Whatever. Who cares?
Dog meat in a hard shell.
Maybe that's my time to go then.
Yeah, no one. I'm sorry, man. No one's gonna want to taxidermy you if you have no dick.
It's true. I better hold on to it.
You should.
I will.
If you give it up to science,
I'm gonna hold on to it.
that'd be fucked up. They taxidermy you and give your dick to science.
Again, when I'm dead, I don't fucking care. Do whatever. I won't know.
Joanna might be upset.
Well, then I'll leave that to her.
We're gonna get bronzed for Joanna.
Yeah, I'm taxidermied with no dick, but then there's a bronze dick separately off to the side. I like that. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't know. Do we want to do a more valuable metal than bronze?
No, I'm a man of the people. We'll keep it bronze.
We'll keep it bronze.
Yeah.
Keep that bronze dick.
Nothing too fancy.
I'm glad we're making all these decisions without your wife.
Yeah, these are weird decisions to make. Well, I guess. Period. But
I didn't realize that. Like, and now we drink in funeral direction.
right, planning our deaths.
We're just planning for the inevitable.
Also true.
Like, no, well, if we're gonna die, we might as well just dress you up for holidays and.
Totally. Dress me up.
Oh man, I mean, once you're dead, do we have to like? Do we bronze a flaccid penis, or do we get it hard one last time?
Yeah, do whatever you got to do. Pump it full of cement. Fucking blow it up like a balloon. But yeah, come
Put that dick pump on
Give
it.
me a little love. Yeah, put that Swedish dick pump on it and fucking make it work.
I just have like the idea of like a severed penis in a Swedish dick, and then tongs and boiling iron or boiling fucking bronze, because that's how you bronze something like
Is
this.
it?
I don't know. We have the internet. I can answer. How do you bronze something?
I don't know. I was going to leave that to the experts. And now you're looking up how to bronze something.
And I love that Google auto-completed how do you bronze something.
Yeah, a lot of people need to know.
So a YouTube video of bronzing baby shoes. They put it on like a little leg thingy.
Oh, this is creepy.
This is creepy as shit.
I don't know why, but it's creepy.
He put little droplets on the baby shoes. Like, dude, this looks like something out of the Holocaust. All the baby shoes.
They're drilling through the
The sole.
soles.
And they drill through the soles of the baby shoe. Puts it back in the pile. Like, we have liquid bronze.
Oh, that's cool looking though.
I'm not sure I want to stick my dick in it.
So did you just dip the shoe? Oh, I see. Wow,
Wow, he gets a lot of them done at the same time.
so they're dipping a rack of shoes in this like molten lava
Of bronze.
bronze shit. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, now it looks like what it looks like.
Apparently, bronze isn't that hot because she's just doing it with rubber gloves on.
That's crazy. All right, bronze my dick when I'm dead. Sold.
We'll get all the male talent of your era on the rack.
Yeah, right. A whole rack of dicks.
Just a whole rack of bronze
A
dicks.
whole rack of bronze dicks just gleaming in the sun.
Got to give it an extra bronze finish.
Nice. Like a little aging treatment or something.
Just a little extra.
Cool.
And then puts in boiling water to cool it, what it looks like.
Some sort of finishing.
Yeah. Some detergent to make it shiny, make that dick shine.
Little buffer.
Buff your dick with the bronzing. Mm-hmm. Oh, look how shiny your dick would be.
It would be. It would be. Shiny as those shoes. Polish it up. Those are cool looking now.
I know. It was super creepy to start
Yeah,
with.
it was creepy at the beginning, but now I'm sold. Now it's pretty sweet.
Like the rows of baby shoes.
I want to bronze like everything. Fucking pillows and toothbrushes and
And like they spray it down to like,
that's all right. That's pretty cool. Never knew. Good stuff.
thank you Discovery Channel for making, and they can even serialize your dick. Boom. Little bronze plaque to go on the shaft. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what the holes are for. Gotcha.
Oh, for mounting purposes.
So we don't have to drill holes in your dick.
Cool. Well, there you go.
All right. So we have a plan.
All right. Set.
We have a plan for your dick.
I'll inform Joanna when I am dead what is going to happen, and that's what's up.
Can I tweet her? Can I just let her know?
Yeah, let her know.
If I was better set up to take phone calls, I would just call her while you're on air and be like, "Hey, Joe."
I think she's shooting today, so she'd probably not pick up. She's probably a knee deep in some dick, right? No, it's too early. She's probably like getting out of makeup doing Pretty Girls right now.
That'd be hilarious. Like just in the makeup chair, like, what? What are you two? What?
Like, don't even worry about it, babe. Don't even worry.
This is not a concern for at least another 5 years.
Yeah, we're good.
I don't know, man. For me, like on a slightly more serious note, not really a serious note, I'm at an age where like I felt like this is a fictional age.
What do you mean?
Like being in my late 30s as a kid, this is our parents' ages. This is like adult shit. Like the people that were in their late 30s, early 40s when I was a kid, in my childhood mind, I felt like they had their shit together. They were adults.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, no, it's weird to think like when you're young and you look at people who are this age now, because I'm 36, I'm getting there too, how much you realize that we're all just trying to fucking figure it out and pretend like we know what we're doing, and we don't. And like you also get a perspective of like, oh, like when I was young, like these adult figures in my life, they didn't have it all figured out. They were just doing the best they could, trying to
Bullshitting their way through it.
yeah, and then you kind of go, oh, like everyone is actually a lot more. People are more the same at like even young or old. Like you don't all of a sudden just figure it out because you turn 30 or 35 or whatever the hell. You're still gonna be confused, and you're still gonna have feelings and emotions and uncertainties. And what you learn though is as you live more, you experience more, and you hopefully you glean knowledge from that. And by the time you are a little older, it's not that you know everything, but you've been through more, so you know how to move and how to adapt and react and roll with things when they happen. And then it does translate into sort of a confident knowledge, but it doesn't. You never just know everything. You never figure it out.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The idea of it, it's just so crazy to think like art, at least for me, as a child, like my parents were infallible, and like in my childhood mind,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
it's like, well, what you said is like, oh no, they were bullshitting their way through it too.
Mm-hmm. But that's the game. Is like, okay, well, once you realize that, you go, all right, well, now I know that that's how that is, and I have to apply it and continue this life and try to, you try to be like, all right, my parents gave me what they knew. They gave me whatever resources they had, whatever knowledge they had. They imparted it on me in the best way they thought they could, give or take. Now it's my job to take that and build on it. Don't get worse, don't get shittier, get better, get smarter, get, whatever, we're all supposed to be better than our parents in every way, not because we are better people, but because we have the luxury of knowing what they've been through, getting that information, and now we get to go out and like apply it.
I think that's only true if like your parents are actually honest with you about their mistakes.
Yeah, well, there's a within reason kind of like, in quotes with that, because your parents are imperfect people. They are fallible. They do make mistakes. They have lied. They have, so you're going to get a version of it which hopefully is good enough and helpful enough to give you like the tools to go out and be better. But again, that varies in every household. Every person's relationship with their parents is different. Everyone ages differently. So I think it's just a matter of stop trying to figure it out and just figure out your like lane and what that means for you and how you're going to just get through this world in a way that isn't miserable.
Very true. Doom's whiskey helps with not being miserable. Well, and I don't know. It's not a rational thing for me, but I get kind of weird with people that are close with their parents. Like, because that's just not my experience.
Well, it's foreign. I mean, I wasn't close with mine, and I'm not now. And when I see classic like family dynamics, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable too, just because it's not. I don't know it. It's like fake. It almost feels like, well, that's what I see in the movies, but that's not what my life was like.
Well, my for those of you who don't follow me religiously on social media, my roommate broke both his arms on Memorial Day. So his mother has been living here for about almost 2 weeks now. It's just odd. She's a lovely woman. She's constantly like, when I was setting up the gear to do the podcast, she's like, can I help you set up? And I'm just like, no, I'm cool. But just the idea of like someone's parent trying to be like legitimately helpful involved is weird.
Why is that weird? Because yours weren't?
Yeah. It's just so foreign to me. It's just like, no, I got this. Thanks.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, and that's my issue. Like, that is completely my issue.
Yeah. Well, you can try next time to accept the help and see how it affects you.
No, I'm cool.
Or you could stick with what you know. And that's what.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's a decision for you to make.
I'm open to a lot of things. Parental help, not so much.
Fair enough. Well,
I don't know. I mean, I went on a date with a woman like that I met on a dating site months ago. Mm-hmm. And I feel like part of the reason I just decided this wasn't for me is like part of the course of the day. Like, my mom's my best friend. And it was just like, I can't identify with that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't fucking have any sort of relationship with her. Like, if you use that logic, you can only ever be around people who've had the same experiences as you. And that makes no sense.
Well, I know. Well, there were just some other things where I just walked away from it. Like, I'm going to ruin this woman's life. So I'm out.
That's good. I'm glad you did not ruin that woman's life.
Me too.
And I'm glad you had the foresight to back out before you did.
I've ruined a couple. I've learned from that mistake. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm probably toxic for your lifestyle. This probably isn't going to work. I probably should skedaddle.
All right, then. Skedaddle you do.
I did. I came. I saw. I left. Didn't even kiss her goodnight. Just like high five. Like, that was fun. Have a good life.
All right. You still talk to her?
No. Like, literally, it was like...
That was it?
Yeah, it was a pleasant enough woman, but it was just like, oh, you're super close with your family, and, like, you work for Disney in the marketing department, and it's just like, I don't know, my own hang-ups and insecurities on how incompatible of a lifestyle we had. It was just like, this ain't gonna work.
Cool. Then no big deal. Yeah.
Well, as I stated earlier, I have horrible taste in women, so if like...
It doesn't sound like you have horrible taste in women. She has a good relationship with her family. She works at Disney. Probably
right, and I ran.
Well, yeah, but you ran because you were going to ruin her life, in your words.
Exactly.
Well, why don't you change yourself where you don't ruin her life and treat her good, and then you don't have to run?
I don't know how to do that.
See, and that's the big life question. Well, then I guess you better just find someone who vibes right along line with you.
Yeah. Or I don't have to.
Yeah. Actually, you can do whatever you want, Matt Slayer, because that's how this life works now. It's 2019. Nobody can tell us shit anymore.
I know. I mean, no one's been telling me shit since the 90s. So,
but really now, the doors are just open. Like, you don't have to do or be with anyone or not be with anyone that you don't want to. For any reason. You just,
no, it's great.
Just do you.
It's great. I mean, my grandparents are dead now, so no one's harassing me like when I'm going to produce grandchildren.
That's okay. Yeah.
So much death in this
one
episode.
Benefit to dead grandparents. God. Good times.
Well, I'm the only grandchild who has not produced offspring, so like anytime I'd come around family stuff, like, So when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Like, hopefully never.
There you go.
In marriage, I'm still in between on.
You don't know about marriage till you meet the person. That's all. Because everyone says they're not going to get married till they meet the person.
Well, it's not so much of like the idea of being with someone for the rest of my life that bothers me. It's do I really want to have a legal contract that the government's involved with?
Yes, was my answer.
Why? Why for you?
Because I like, on a simple level, calling someone my wife. I think that's cool.
Yeah, but you could call it that without the piece of paper.
Yeah, but it's not real then. It's just
What? Because the government said it's real. It's real.
No, I mean, well, by that logic, nothing's real.
Exactly.
Everything's just words. But
Nothing is real.
okay, well, I'm not gonna backtrack. I'm happy that I got married, and I don't have to explain shit to you, Matt Slayer. How about that?
You don't have to, but I'm asking you to.
I wanted to be
Okay.
married. End of story. That's why. There isn't a reason other than I just wanted it. I thought it was cool, and the way we did it was exactly how we wanted to, and we didn't listen to anyone of what that should or shouldn't be. So if anything, it was just I wanted to publicly and sort of like forever immortalize like this commitment to someone, and I don't think that's shitty at all.
You know what's going to immortalize it well? Your bronze dick.
That won't immortalize our marriage at all. Actually, that'll just immortalize my dick. But all the porno we've made together is what will immortalize us, because we've shot many movies that will last forever.
Until the sun goes cold.
Yep, and we're all dead, except for that one person who just keeps living. Just floating in space like a
With your
weirdo.
bronze dick.
Looking like the inflatable car tube man, just flailing through space.
I don't know why you're still holding your bronze dick, though.
I don't know. This was your fantasy.
Man, I may have to lay off the alcohol a little bit. Just some bloated dude, not eating, holding on to a
Talking
bronze
about
dick.
bronze dicks.
Maybe he's going to use your taxidermy body like Rose did with the door after the Titanic.
You're getting real out there with this now, Slayer.
And now we get surreal.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you don't got much going on. I just have to riff off of what's going on in my head. And
Oh, I don't have much going on. I got so much going on. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Well,
I
don't,
have every single minute of my life filled with things going on.
I
You
know.
don't have any questions. Is what's going on,
Oh no,
Mr.
no.
Slayer.
I actively try to avoid asking you about.
Remember, I was hosting the show at the beginning, and I laid off. So now
No,
it's
I'm
your
just
show.
saying. I'm just saying. I actively try to avoid asking about porn when I have adult performers on,
Why?
because I feel my audience can get those kind of questions.
Well,
pretty much
don't ask lame questions about porn. You have been in so much. You actually could ask really good questions about it if you thought about it, because you have a knowledge of so many ways of how it works. But yeah, if you're going to ask like the same old,
Yeah, well, then that's why I actively avoid those. Because I generally feel what's going on with you in music, the whiskey, real life, your marriage, floating through space with a bronze dick, is much more entertaining than, so who do you want to work with?
Well, that's a lame question. That's
I,
why, yeah.
It's a super lame question. That's why I don't ask it.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you're working with who you want to work with. Like,
No, I just work with who I'm told. I don't have a choice. I don't have a say.
you have some degree of say.
No, I mean I have the veto power, but I don't get a choice in the selection process. I just get an email. There's a name.
Like, you're working with this person today.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Do you find that there is some female talent who's requesting you specifically these days?
Yeah, the girls have some say.
Well, I know they have some say. I was asking for specifics on girls that are asking for the small hands.
I've been told, I've been requested from time to time. Yeah, but it's not like the girl tells me. The director will be like, oh, so and so, she asked. For you.
There aren't girls sliding into your DMs being like, I can't wait to work with you.
I don't really. Those DMs, man, they get weird these days. So
Oh, do tell.
just a lot of the fans have very vivid imaginations, and they really want to tell me what their fantasies are. And I do read some of them, but I don't ever respond to them.
Why are you leaving your DMs open?
They're not open? Or wait, what do you mean open?
Like, how are fans sliding into your
Well,
DMs?
I have a section where if you don't follow me, I can read there's two different ways of DMs. There's DMs of people you follow and know, and then there's just
Well, yeah,
anyone.
but it's a setting where you could set it where people who don't follow you can't DM
Well, I
you.
don't care, but they can DM me all day long, and I can just ignore it if I feel like it, so it doesn't cause any hassle to me. And every now and then, if I'm bored, I'll check through it, just kind of see what people are saying, or whatever.
Well, what's a wild one that comes to mind?
This girl wrote me and said, "I want you to slit my throat, tie me up by my wrist, throw me in the trunk of your car, take me out to the woods, like fuck me in every hole, and then like leave me there in a trash bag, daddy, or something like that.
I love how she like finishes it with daddy.
Yeah, and I was just like, all right, not going to respond to that. Moving right along.
Like, please just don't look at my convention appearances. I don't want to see you.
I mean, as long as you're not talking like that. But yeah, the DMs be wild. So
Tell me, there's no wildness in my DMs. There are porn spam bots, sadly.
yeah, well, there's some of those in mine too, but also a lot of wildness.
Please tell me.
I mean, most of it's just standard show me your dick or people sending me pictures. But you know, you get some creative folks. I can't remember any specifics off the top, but that one. It's a lot of stuff like that, real crazy fantasies and stuff.
So yeah, I want to at some point, if I eventually have a female co-host again, I want to bring back that rate that dick pic segment, because Draven and I did that for half a second, where we would rate everything about the dick pic but the dick.
Okay.
Like we had a guy who stripped fully naked in a public bathroom and like folded his clothing and put it on the toilet for the dick pic. So we were just talking about the public bathroom. We were talking about everything but the dick.
Okay, I get it. Cool. Well, you should get a female co-host and bring that bit back. Sounds fun.
It was fun for half a minute. I wish I could remember off the top of my head which episodes we did that on, but it was a segment we tried out for a little while there.
Well, to the listeners, you can go back in the archives of the old episodes and find that bit.
Yeah, there's only a couple hundred hours of fucking audio you'd have to sift through to find us talking about, oh, hey. And honestly, I think that bit stopped because there weren't enough dick pics sliding into Draven's DMs.
Common problem. There's a drought.
There's a drought
of dick pics.
Said no one ever. Dudes, seriously, I don't get the dick pic phenomenon. I don't get it. I don't get what
I've never sent one in my life. Like, not even to a person I've been in a relationship with. I don't get it either. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I really don't know when it's ever worked.
I don't think it's ever worked in the history of man.
So, I'm sure I actually thought it would kind of go away by now, but it seems to be still happening. Yeah, I don't know. If you're sending dick pics, just stop. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Nobody wants them. The girl isn't stoked. You're like, there's no good outcome from this. And then she's probably going to show all her friends, spread it around, you know.
Unless that's his end goal, like, look at how much
that's
I've seen my dick.
Yeah, but even then, wow, who cares, guy? Like, you're still not.
Yeah.
Like, where does that get you now?
Do you know how many people have seen his dick?
A lot.
A lot of people.
A lot.
And no one's paying you to see your dick.
It's true. No one is paying me to see.
No. I meant like, I meant dudes. I meant the dudes that were saying the dick pics. No, people.
Yeah.
People are paying to see your dick.
Sometimes they see it for free a lot too.
It's
all
just,
good.
Like,
it's there for the world. It's there.
It's there for the world. It's just like soon to be bronzed, but there for the world.
There for the world.
I swear, next AVN, I'm going to try to get your badge to say small hands, bronze dick.
I think we could do it. I'll make a few calls.
Peter, I'm just going to text Peter Ward. Like,
Peter, I have a name change I'm going to need.
It's just for the badge. Just small hands, bronze dick.
I like it.
I like it.
It's got a ring to it.
It is. It's a good full name. Like, small hands felt incomplete.
Yeah, well, now it's complete.
We finally completed
Small hands, bronze dick, complete, baby.
I can imagine people who don't listen to this be like,
this makes no sense.
This makes no sense. Is this like a bad spray tan on your dick? But seriously, like, dudes, stop sending your dick to people. You know what works a ton better? Like, hello. Hello works so much better than a dick.
It does. I second that.
Or maybe engage with women on their interests, your common interests.
Preach, Matt. Preach.
Something awesome that they've done that does not relate to their physical appearance.
Boom.
Infinitely more successful.
The only time a girl should be looking at your dick is when she's looking at your dick, not on a fucking screen.
Unless someone has paid that person to pull the dick out.
Unless she asks you, if she's like, yo, let me see that dick, okay, fine. But,
I'm still not sending a dick pic.
I mean, I don't either. Personal choice of mine. Sounds like yours too, but you know.
Which is really kind of funny for you if someone like was asking for a dick pic. Like
just go on Google and
well, it'd be like, you know, because you're married at this point, like Joanna's on the road or something, like, hey, send me a dick pic. Like, would you do that? Joe asked you to?
No, I'd laugh and be like, "We've been together 8 years, and you never asked us who stole your phone? Who is this? Who am I talking to?"
Fair. But yeah, it's just like, no. You want to see the dick? You can come see it in person.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's my method.
It's a live show only. Mm-hmm. The dick will not be televised. I feel like we've just been fucking ridiculous on this episode.
It's been some shenanigans.
And we still have time to continue to be ridiculous.
Oh, what time is it?
Well, it is 2:25 p.m.
Oh, shit. All right. I just got to be out by like 3.
That's cool. We will happily have you out by 3.
Beat that fucking... Dude,
It's Sunday. There shouldn't be that much
there
traffic.
were 3 accidents on the way over here. It took me an hour.
Stop flashing people your dick while you drive.
I wasn't even doing it this time.
It
was some other dick flasher.
Just causing accidents.
That's LA for you, fucking... It's Sunday, and
your bronze dick just reflecting the sunlight into their eyes.
this bit has gone way too far now.
I know. I just can't walk away from it. Like I just
Walk away from the bronze dick, Matt Slayer.
walk away from the bronze. I'm gonna slowly back away. I can't run from the bronze dick. I'm gonna slowly back away from the bronze
Yeah,
dick.
no fast movements around the bronze dick, or else it will attack.
That sounds painful. Sounds painful for everyone involved.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
No one wants. Well, somebody wants the bronze dick. Someone's gonna slide into the DMs for the bronze dick.
I'll report back to you if I see anyone referencing it.
I want to see you change your Twitter handle.
No,
Come on.
no. Now
Come
the
on.
bit's gone too far.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
There's just no reason.
It's hilarious.
There's no context to it.
I know it makes it even better.
Later in life, my friend.
Fine.
When I'm dead, you can log into my fucking Twitter when there's actually a bronze dick and then change my name.
I'm very honored that you
I
think
give
I'm
you
an outlive.
on air if this lines up, you have permission.
I love the fact that you think I'm gonna outlive you.
Well, I don't. That's why I think I'll be okay. My name will never have to change.
Ouch.
Well, Matt, you are the one who's touting the lifestyle you're touting.
Hey, once again, you're not a doctor.
It's true. You know, you're right. Don't listen to me.
Hey, the motherfuckers who live to like 100 something are always like, I drink whiskey all day and eat bacon.
Look at Keith Richards. He's still alive, and that guy's been shooting heroin for years. I
See,
don't think anymore of it.
honestly, it's the stress that kills you.
Yeah, you got to live.
If you're so doped up on opiates, like, how can you be stressed out?
I don't know. I've never been doped up on opiates.
Never experimented with opiates?
Nah, I've never done really any drugs, man, except for smoking weed, drinking. That's it.
No hallucinogens?
No, never.
Really?
Never even done cocaine. No.
How have you never been offered cocaine in the bar scene?
Well, I've been offered it. I just said no because I have self-control, and it never appealed to me. I just I'd rather drink and party like that. It was never like a drug that looked or seemed cool or fun.
No, I'm right there with you.
No judgment to anybody who does it, but just not my bag.
I have a lot of judgment when you try to pitch me a script, though. Fucking cokeheads. Like, no, I don't want to read your script.
Wait, what? Who's
And it's like an old Hollywood cliche of people being coked out like, yo, man, I got this script.
yeah. There's a lot of cocaine in Hollywood.
There is so much cocaine.
There still is.
I mean, I saw a lot of cocaine in Chicago. I see a lot of cocaine in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's
a
crazy.
it's a Hollywood drug.
But no, I've never been interested in cocaine. Though in Colombia, coca tea and chewing coca leaves was a bit of fun.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I've seen like footage of stuff like that. If I was like in the country of like that, I would participate a little bit like that probably.
Well, they just sell coca leaves in like retail packages. Like, here, just chew this.
Yeah, it just gives you like a mild little.
Yeah, a little upper. And then my stupid ass, my last night in Colombia, I was feeling a little under the weather. I'm like, I'm gonna drink some hot tea. Oh, the only tea I have is coca tea.
Oh man, were you up all night?
Uh-huh.
Oh man,
Just tossing and turning like, I have a 7 a.m. flight and I cannot fucking sleep because I'm a moron.
brutal. Tales from the coca tea.
Tales from the coca tea, man. It was dumb.
Does it hit you quick?
Oh, yeah.
Really? You just take a couple sips and you're like,
It takes a little time to metabolize, but
Okay.
it's not like, doing a pump and woo.
does it last as long as like doing a line?
Well, I mean, I was up all night. Like,
So it's more drawn out then.
yeah. Well, I also drank
You had other things going on.
No, I just drank a lot of it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because I was like, I have a sore throat. I should drink hot tea. And just kept slamming hot tea without thinking about that. This is coca tea.
man,
I'm an idiot.
coca tea. Maybe one day I'll try it.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Does it taste good?
Yeah.
What does it taste like? Just
Like regular black tea.
okay, cool,
Because it's like mixed with black tea leaves. And
nice.
like it comes in like Lipton style tea bags. Like,
That's cool as shit.
She's like, yeah, I'm going to just drink this hot tea.
Just here steeping my coca tea.
Yeah. Perfectly legal.
Fucking A.
Though, you should try hallucinogens. Like, some hallucinogens are a lot of fun.
I'm not opposed to it. I've just never cared enough to want to set it all up. Because if I did do something like that, I'd want it in the right, environment with the right people and blah, blah, blah.
You
I just
don't
don't care very much.
You don't want to run around the red light district in Amsterdam on mushrooms? That was fun.
That does sound fun. If I'm in Amsterdam and someone has good mushrooms,
Oh, they sell them in retail stores.
oh, well, fucking A. Well, there you go. Well, next time I'm in Amsterdam, maybe I'll get weird.
Yeah, it's like 40 euros for a thing of magic truffles. They're not mushrooms, they're truffles.
Truffles. Got
Yeah.
it. I'll be on the lookout for
They're
them.
psilocybin truffles.
For them special truffles.
But yeah, they sell them in retail stores. Like when I was in Amsterdam, like, oh yeah, we're doing truffles and just walking around and getting weird.
Nice. That's cool.
It's fun. It's fun.
Drugs.
Well, and the thing about it is, it's crazy that there's a prohibition on a lot of these drugs still.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, where a lot of the problems come in is because it's unreliable doses because it's coming from the street.
Mm-hmm.
If the shit was legal and regulated, you'd have a lot less problems because people would know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, a lot of the opiate overdoses don't come when people are addicted to oxy. They come from when they can no longer get their oxy prescription and turn to street fucking opiates.
Ah, I see.
Also, not sure those are accurate facts.
Yeah, I don't know about any of this.
In this day and age, who gives a fuck what someone else wants to put in their body? If you're not harming anyone else, you should be allowed to put whatever the fuck you want in your body. It's your fucking body.
Fair enough.
Now, if you're harming other people, that's not cool.
Agreed.
You're like, this took a turn.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I agree.
So never.
But I can't really weigh in on much because I don't do any of these drugs. So yeah.
Oh, I don't either. Obviously, I'm not doing a bunch of opiates.
You don't have a needle hanging out your arm right now?
I'm not doing the nods on air. Like,
Yeah, that shit's sad.
no, I've never been to opiates. Honestly, I never have tried opiates because I'm definitely not good with intravenous needles.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff either.
I'm not because back in the '90s when heroin was really posh, I had some friends that shot up quite a bit, and I just always was like, nope. Like the first time I saw Train Spotting, I couldn't sit through it because the watching them shoot up.
The visuals in that movie are pretty gnarly. I remember when I first saw it, it was brutal. Yeah.
It's brutal. Like them shooting up in Train Spotting or when Travolta shoots up in Pulp Fiction, we're both like, ooh, like heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, it makes the hair on your neck stand up looking at that shit.
And the idea of like shooting myself up,
Yeah. No, thank you.
yeah, hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Like, I don't care if it feels like a million blowjobs at once. Hard pass. Like, I just have it in the back of my brain, like, I'm going to insert an air bubble into my vein and kill myself.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's just no fun. I'd be curious, like, how, like, when someone makes that decision, like, yep, I'm going to shoot myself up.
I don't know. You should have someone on the show who's done heroin and ask them.
I'm sure I've had some people on the show who've done heroin.
Someone who's willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. Don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy because you and I will drink like fucking fishes if given the opportunity.
Everybody's got their thing.
Well, and the thing about it is, but our vice is socially acceptable.
Correct.
Do you watch Rick and Morty at all? Oh,
I know who they are, but
Okay.
I don't watch TV ever. I don't have time.
so there's one episode from season 3 where like one character's like, I do fun, sexy drinking. I don't do this psychopath drinking.
Right. I get it. What it's like, does it come from a dark place or a good place? Kind of.
Right, but there's just something classic about like holding a cocktail and being suave and
Yeah, I mean, I love bar culture, and the history of it all, and I like the environment of bars and the drinking culture is like, it appeals to me. But that's like some people really like weed culture and High Times magazine and pot leaves and everything, and that's cool too if that's your bag. But you don't hear really about people who love heroin culture, or
Well, and it's crazy to think like, why did one vice become socially acceptable and why did other ones not?
Usually in most answers it's money or power. So I'm going to just guess that booze is the first thing people figured out how to make and could then sell it. And like everything in humanity, it's all based on shit that really as simple as that. And I'm just going to guess that people learned how to distill alcoholic beverages in early times easier than synthetically making heroin in early times.
Well, true, but cannabis, I'm sure, has existed for.
But before, different cultures all learned how to distill independent of each other in primitive times, but cannabis is a plant that was only local to basically a region. So
Where does cannabis originally originate?
I want to say South America.
We had
I don't actually know, if I'm being honest. I thought it was South America, but I could be wrong.
No, not cannibalism. Goddamn internet.
Basically, what the point is, in every early civilization or culture, there is some form of distilled beverage in a different form in almost every culture, and there's not, like marijuana ingrained in every primitive culture. So drinking is the one thing that is like, there's everybody has figured out a way to do it, and everyone was doing it at, around the same time, just in their own methods and ways, and that's why you have different alcohols, shit distilled from rice or grain or wheat or corn, depending on what was available.
Potatoes.
Yeah, totally.
So according to this article, started in Asia.
Really?
Yep.
Shit.
Cannabis plants are believed to evolve in the steppes of Central Asia,
Yeah.
in the regions that are now Mongolia and southern Siberia. It goes as far back as 12,000 years,
There you go. I had no idea.
which places the plant among humanity's oldest cultivated crops.
That's cool. I did not.
So it's crazy to think that, like, why did distill spirits, which have probably been around about the same amount of time, if cannabis is going back 12,000 years, why did distilled spirits become so socially acceptable and cannabis didn't until recently?
People just must have liked drinking more.
Huh?
I mean, there's if both were available and were like considered fine, in the old societies, then people just simply gravitated to the other one more. Or maybe it was easier to produce. Like, even though it's a plant, you have to like grow the plant, take care of it, cultivate it. So maybe it was still just easier to make simple, beer, wine, whatever fermented.
Well, there's also the part where in the olden time where clean water was not readily accessible, where you have to boil water to make beer, so people would drink alcohol.
Because it was less damaging than drinking the contaminated water. Yeah. So a lot of times it just was more of it wasn't like a party thing. It was just what you drank.
It's what you drank because, the water may kill you, but the beer will make you feel good,
Yeah.
and you'll still be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's probably a lot of factors that over time contributed to like alcohol being sort of the dominant vice of the world, really, more or less, at least up to this point. But, things are always evolving and changing. So,
Yeah, maybe in 12,000 years, that one dude will be able to listen to this show and be like, yeah, cannabis is superior now.
yeah, you never know. You never know.
That one dude floating through space with your
One
cock.
dude just floating through space with a bronze stick.
I'm going to get that made on a shirt now. Just a dude floating through space with a bronze stick. I'm going to try to convince Joanna to sell it on Burning Angel's site.
Oh, my God.
Small hands, bronze dick, just like this, floating through. Like you've
It'll
seen the big,
sell like hotcakes.
you've seen the Big Lebowski, right?
Yeah.
Like the scene where him and Maud are like with
Yeah.
the bowling ball, like that with the
Yeah.
bronze dick.
So good. So good.
Oh, that's an amazing. Oh,
Make the shirt.
hey, you're the graphic designer,
This was your idea. This is your vision.
so I'm going to commission you. I'll pay you to do it.
All right. I'll have it by next year.
That's only 6 months away. I can wait.
Fair enough.
We'll reveal that at ABN 2020.
Nice. Nice.
I'm going to get a booth going. I'll just sell
Just sell the shirts.
small hands bronze stick shirts.
Oh, man.
Why am I still...
You're really loving this bronze dick bit.
It's the Dooms talking.
It's just that we're blaming it on the dooms.
We're blaming it on the Dooms. If it wasn't for Dooms, Aaron's dick would still be fleshy.
There you go.
But yeah, on the serious, like, alcohol versus cannabis, I think we just answered my own initial question. Like, oh yeah, that's right. No one was smoking cannabis to survive.
Good point. Good point. That's actually a very good point. That's actually probably one of the bigger factors in it, because they were drinking beer to survive, because it was what, again, yeah.
Yeah, no one ever gave any thought to, like, we have to boil water for it to be potable.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, oh, the beer won't kill us. The water might.
There you go. Well, I'll drink clean water, smoke good weed, and drink good beer, and call it a day.
Are you smoking much weed these days?
Oh, yeah.
You an indica or sativa guy?
I'm whatever's good.
Whatever's in front of you, or
Well, as long as it's not fucking dirt weed, yeah. I just like a good weed.
we live in Los Angeles. Is there bad weed to be had anymore?
I don't know. I only get the good stuff.
Yeah, like honestly, I think you would have to actively quest for bad weed in Los Angeles.
In LA, it's pretty easy to get good weed. But the farther out you go, it's different. So I like to live here.
Honestly, I think it would be a concentrated effort to find bad weed here.
Yeah, probably.
It's crazy.
LA's got the good stuff.
They do. And dispensaries on every, like, you throw a rock and you're like, oh, dispensary.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely nuts. It's just, and I'm not a weed smoker, but I understand that, like, oh, there's good shit. I fucked up my back and knees, like, earlier in the year or late last year and was doing some edibles and just like, Jesus Christ, this puts me on my ass. Like, I have a shit THC tolerance in the first place. And I'm like, okay, this is
Out like a light.
yeah, just unconscious. Like, oh, well, I won't feel any pain if I'm just out.
Well, there you go.
It works wonders.
Good sleeping medicine.
Too bad is the cost of fucking like a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother thing. Regulation drives prices up, so that's the way it goes.
Well, and that's where eventually street level fucking marijuana will come back in. It's like, oh, you want to avoid all the taxes? We'll sell it to you illegally.
Yeah, it's still there. It's not coming back. It's there. You just got to know where to go.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why fucking moonshining is still a thing.
Well, there'll always be people who just want it on the sly, on the black market.
Well, they just don't want to pay taxes. It's just about avoiding the IRS. It's crazy to think that a lot of people aren't consciously aware that the ATF is a part of the Treasury Department. It's part of the IRS.
Okay, I didn't.
So alcohol, tobacco, and firearms all fall under the IRS. Why do you think there are no ingredients listed on that Dooms bottle? Why there's no ingredients listed on a pack of smokes? Because it's not under the FDA.
Yeah, correct.
Like, you know this. It's your bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. I didn't know that they were all connected to the IRS, but
Yeah, it's all the Treasury Department. Like, the government cares about taxing alcohol, not what necessarily is going in it.
Fucking A. Well, look at you, the spokesman for for the underdog distiller.
It's crazy. Back in the Prohibition era, like, all the Proby agents were all IRS agents. They all worked for the Treasury Department.
Fucking A. Everybody's in bed with each other.
At the end of the day, it's not actually about controlling your vices. It's about making that money.
Yeah, money and power.
It's crazy how much our whole society revolves around something that we all collectively agree has value.
What do you mean?
Well, money only exists because we all collectively,
Yeah.
we all collectively agree it has value. We give people massive properties because we all collectively agree that what they use to purchase that property has value. It's all an illusion.
Correct.
It all doesn't actually exist. How many rich people have you met that are like, you are a worthless human being?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, just because they have power doesn't necessarily intrinsically make them a better person.
It just means they have more resources.
Right. What I'm saying is, in a lot of cases, and not a lot of cases, but in some cases, those resources are just kind of fell in their lap, not that they're actually deserving of them.
That's like the middle finger of life. That's just the roulette.
Yeah.
You don't choose where you're born or what situation you are into, and you get what you get. And some people, quote unquote, luck out with, but even those people have their own sets of fucking problems, and that's just the big wackiness of life. There is no rhyme or reason sometimes too.
Oh yeah, how many people, like, born into a life of luxury end up committing suicide because they just can't find happiness?
Just like it's not someone's fault that they were born into poverty. It's not a little baby's fault that they were born into, like, wealth. It's what you do with either of those resources or those lack of resources as you become a real person. So if you're a person who's born into poverty, it wasn't your fault, but you have it's on you now to get out and to do some shit with whatever means that means. And if you're a person who's born into wealth, it's kind of on you to maybe help out some people, or at the very least not be a shithead. Yeah, like, Jesus. So, you just have to, it's not about, like, being angry at someone for what they have or what they were given. It's what are you doing with it? Like,
right. Oh, no, I'm never angry at someone who's got more wealth than me. In the grand scheme of things, I would like to learn how, if they did not inherit it, I'd like to learn how they got it and try to emulate some of those things and improve upon how they got there.
Good, like, success stories you can always learn things from.
Right. I mean, if you just, got shot out into the world rich, well, there's nothing I can emulate there.
Your life is just different, it's going to be a different story. You're going to take a different path, and it doesn't mean you still can't make a difference, do something cool. It's just going to be in a different way than someone who had to come up from the fucking dirt,
Right. And I have no respect for someone who was shat into wealth and then treats people like they're lesser than them because they weren't shat into wealth.
Yeah, well, there's just shitty people.
Exactly. That was exactly my point. Like, no, you're a shit person that you're judging someone who has a lesser social status than you because, they didn't win the genetic lottery.
Yep. Life is cruel, my friend.
I know. I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's a tragic comedy, this life.
It is.
It's hilarious and cruel and very dark, but you can find moments of good in it if you try,
Definitely. And I'm doing everything in my power not to make a bronze stick callback.
Motherfucker. Good times, Matt.
Good times. But hey, there's actually going to be last call on this motherfucker.
Bam, bam, bam.
So, Aaron,
Yes.
Small Hands Bronze Stick,
Yes.
where can they find you on the social medias?
You can search Small Hands on Pornhub. You can go to burningangel.com. You can find me at the Small Hands _ on social media. You get the picture.
Search Small Hands Bronze Stick.
Hey, if it starts trending, I'll have to.
I'm going to pay someone SEO money just to get that up there.
You heard it first, kids. Bronze stick.
I'm going to spend money I don't have on this. I don't know why. This may be the Doom's talking.
Yeah, let circle back to me tomorrow when you're sobered up.
I'm not going to be sober tomorrow.
You're right. Yeah, that was a silly
I'm
statement.
going to a
Yeah.
Dodgers game. I'm going to be shithoused for a while.
Well, then let me hear tonight when you're on that level the ideas how they've grown about the bronze stick.
Oh, it's going to be glorious.
Well, have fun at the Dodger game, brother.
Fuck yeah. In the meantime, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. Slayer on Facebook. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. And until next week, drink up, motherfuckers. Also, when you come drink up, next Saturday, Glendale.
Remedy Liquor, Dooms, free whiskey, got some shirts, hang out with me, Joanna. There's going to be a couple other faces you'll probably recognize
Like
there.
this motherfucker here?
Like this motherfucker here. It'll be a good time.
See the bronze stick in person.
Yep. So go to remedyliquor.com if you want to check all the address and all the details. See you there.
It'll be in the show description as well. So come out, support Dooms, buy Dooms, drink Dooms.
What more can we say?
Not much, except Dooms is life.
Oh, that was a weak high five. There we go. Much
For
better.
reals. For things we'll clip and post.
Yeah.
The awkward white person high five has to go.
The awkward frat bro high five.
Yeah, bro. Okay, for reals. Until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Peace.